Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
All of that.
This is the Fhumly podcast here. Very formal. Yeah? Episode 91. Yes.
Are you sure?
Right,
Positive.
at the 100 mark still.
Nearly at the 100 mark, you know.
How do we do?
Hey,
But,
we're 9 away.
Yeah, I know. It's your boy, the Prince of Pissing People Off.
He said
Ethan
it so
Defoe.
proud.
You get me. To the left of me, we got...
Question mark. Get me.
Avatar Nino, man's there, get me.
Come on.
Sensei Wiki, come on.
Come on.
Crazy Luke.
Come on. Got visuals by Daily over here. Cameraman Daily.
Don't know. Bloop, bloop,
Yeah,
bloop.
at this point, yeah, I might get a soundboard, innit?
Yeah, you should.
I think I might start upgrading the thing. I might get a soundboard with sound
Oh
effects.
wait, that's not a bad shout, you know.
That's a good shout.
Sorry,
That's
Joe
very good.
Budden, but I'm robbing you, innit?
I don't
But
know.
how's everyone been? 'Cause I feel like it's been a while. I feel like we do. Is this the correct Monday we're meant to be recording? It is actually.
Yeah, it
'cause
is,
the last
yeah.
one was.
Last one was
I'm assuming that everyone's cool. Everyone's calm.
We are good. Yeah, pretty much same old
Yeah,
meditation,
yeah,
Spanish
yeah,
lessons,
good.
work. That's it.
Actually, I'm not legal and taking the piss, but other than that, yeah, everything good.
Gucci.
It's quite. There's two main topics I want to talk about today.
Okay.
Sorry. The first one, before we get into the main one, which is it's the Merkel girl.
It's
That's the
Merkel.
Merkel girl.
But I saw this very interesting thing about like DPSs in it, which is digital streaming platforms,
Okay.
or whatever it is. I don't know what order. DSP, sorry. SoundCloud announced that they will distribute money to artists. Like before, they just do like whoever gets the most. They're doing like a tier list, isn't it?
Okay.
Like whoever's the most popular person that's bringing the most
Yes.
revenue
To the
to that, they
platform.
will get the most money, and it works down.
Okay.
But what they're now doing, or they're going to introduce, is that you will get paid on, like, say if I subscribe to SoundCloud or whatever it is, and I mainly listen to Nino, or mainly listen to Dom, or mainly listen to, you will get paid for that now.
Okay, so it's
Rather than
pay
it
for
just being trickled down of this giant pot where people like
okay.
Drake, Taylor Swift, all of them guys get like the majority of the money. If you have a solid fan base that consistently listen to your music,
Yes.
you will get paid accordingly.
That's
How-
legit.
I mean, I don't know, because it could be the thing where it's very, very good, or it could be the kind of thing where people start getting underpaid because originally they were in a tier list, but now, as opposed to being like lumped together with a certain caliber, what's going to happen is it's now going to be based, like I said, pay for
But now
play.
it's an equal tier list.
No, but you
It's
said-
not-
Yeah,
now it's an
because
equal
now
tier
you
list,
got to think about, you got to see,
not an industry tier list.
yeah,
That is true.
you got to see
That
from
is
that.
true.
Artists who are not signed, who don't have a giant machine behind them,
That is true.
and they have
To
that
do the
core
publicity and
indie,
stuff, yeah.
that core indie fan base will could technically get the same money as someone like a Drake. Like if Nina would have 1 million, or let's say 100,000 monthly subscribers,
That's still not going to be Drake levels.
of course not. But
yeah, I
Drake
understand
is
what you're
too. He's on like 50 in it. But
Yeah,
like
exactly, yeah.
Nina will
I mean,
get
it's
paid
like he's
a
like-
percentage of that 100,000 in it. Whatever a stream is equal to, I don't fucking know. It's probably like 0.0001p or some bullshit.
How is SoundCloud
But still,
affording this?
huh?
How is SoundCloud affording this?
I think
They can
it's-
only do this
I
because they
think
could
with
afford it in
SoundCloud,
the first place,
SoundCloud
to be
being the
honest.
first
SoundCloud-
people,
Yes.
SoundCloud. I feel like this is SoundCloud's way of paying back, because SoundCloud. You got to remember, SoundCloud is the only streaming platform
Wait, can I
that
just
has
say,
got an era
while we're
named
here,
after it.
SoundCloud, you kind of fucked up.
Big time.
You fucked up royally when you entered the subscription zone at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like it came as a nuisance. Like the way you dropped in, it was more of a nuisance.
I think they were just late to
And
the
you
party.
and you made people jump off your app. Like the family, this was SoundCloud's home originally.
Yep.
Like SoundCloud was the home of the family.
But if they're gonna start paying people, we might bring it back for them.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
But I feel like with them, because it was a sound. You got to remember, SoundCloud was an era. There's no Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify era. There's a SoundCloud era that birthed all the artists. Mainly all the mainstream artists we got now are what? Oh. Mainly all the mainstream artists now, usually most of them came from like SoundCloud. Whether
Yeah,
we're
we got a
talking
lot
from,
of SoundCloud rappers from there. A lot,
lot
of
of them.
independent
So I feel
music
like
came.
they should have-
indie folk rock.
they
lot of
should have
that
done
stuff.
this earlier, and again they should have jumped on a streaming thing earlier and done it more tidy. They should have, like, the way they did it was very like, yeah, by the way, you got to pay for this now, and the ads are crazy, and you're getting 1 minute of a tune, and the rest of it is a mad thing.
No, you got to remember,
So I
man.
guess
Logistics when running a kind of thing like that,
Yeah.
it eventually they had to get some money somehow. You know?
If it does pick up and it does end up being a successful project, you will have maybe the main three will start following suit the Tidal, the Spotify, and Apple Music.
I don't know. When you're looking for independent music, you
Because a
don't
lot
go
of
to
artists.
Spotify, do you? I mean, I mainly go to SoundCloud for that kind of
No,
stuff.
but not even independent though. Just artists in general. Spotify is the most listened to.
Yeah,
the
no,
most
it's
viewers
the home of
by-
podcasts, the home of like a lot of
by
this stuff,
a
right?
long shot.
Yeah.
Like the amount of, and even that Apple missed the jump with podcasts because Spotify only in the last 4 years introduced podcasts to their platform
Yeah.
as an actual thing. With iTunes, it's been on my phone since like forever. I've always remembered there being like the podcast app.
But you got to remember, that's kind of where the audience followed, though, right? Because
Yeah,
the biggest
our
podcast
majority-
is Joe Rogan, right?
our
And
majority-
he was on
yeah.
Spotify, right?
No, but he wasn't on Spotify. He was on
Was he?
something else, and then Spotify recently signed him and an exclusive.
I thought he was doing everything. Well, I mean, he had his independent shows when he was
Yeah,
first starting
so-
out and everything. So.
Apple should have picked up on, but I think with Apple they didn't see podcast as being what it is now. It's probably why they didn't capitalize on it like 10 years ago when their smartphones first came out or whatever it was.
No, you got to remember,
But-
you can only be a leader in so many areas, man. Well,
Yeah, I
that-
guess.
that's it.
I would
man.
just like to see how this, as an artist, Nino, do you reckon it's beneficial or?
I don't think it would, from an artist point of view, but for everyone else, it would just be inconvenience.
No, because you're not actively doing it
for-
though.
But you know what?
No, I mean for the listeners, like
No,
for the
but
listeners
do-
to switch,
I was
switch
thinking
from one
that.
app to another app.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm saying if
It's an
all the other
inconvenience.
DSPs follow suit though.
I'm thinking more of you can create a new fan base within SoundCloud, didn't it? And then that
Yeah.
SoundCloud fan base, most likely if they're on the SoundCloud, they're not really got Spotify and stuff, because you're only gonna keep really 1 or 2 subscriptions, 2 max. Like I don't know what other platform you're jumping on. You got P's like that, but so imagine
Exactly.
your music just starts getting discovered on SoundCloud. So bare people from the SoundCloud world know you, and you get paid probably more than you're gonna do from the Spotify people. But that's where your majority of your music is. But you might end up building a fan base somewhere else, and you might be more discoverable on SoundCloud because it's not.
I feel you.
Different communities. as
Yeah.
well.
I feel you, but why doesn't it, like it's like SoundCloud, and I don't understand why it is a bit too separate. Like I can upload my song everywhere.
Yeah, SoundCloud doesn't come with our podcast
through
don't drop
Ditto,
on
through
SoundCloud.
Ditto. And it's like, why do I have to go and do the extra mile?
Because SoundCloud's a bit easier to upload stuff. You literally just create your account and upload, isn't it? That's why. It's literally that simple. But you got a limit on how much minutes you can have. So you'd have to
It's true.
upgrade your account at a certain point.
It's true.
So I guess that's why they didn't do it like that. But
I just feel like they shot themselves in the foot with
Yeah.
segregating themselves like this. But again, I understand why they're doing it now. I think music nowadays is just far too greedy. Like you can't even you can't play music on your Instagram no more.
yeah,
Like the amount of times I've
that
got
is ridiculous.
your video, this story was removed due to copyright shit. It's crazy. You can't even do it on TikTok
imagine
anymore.
Imagine going out on the vibes, snapping the vibe, uploading it onto your story,
You get hit
and
with
your story
copyright.
get copyrighted. Am I a dickhead? Like
No, that's mad.
But do you think
that is some dumb
they
shit.
did this because of like all those COVID things that people capitalize on, like COVID quarantine radio and all these other people doing like DJ? Like you reckon they thought, we need to find a way to monetize this, and in doing so, they kind of fucked it.
I don't know. Copyright
the-
music's been a problem for a long time. It's
I know,
been
but
across
it
every
was
single
never on
platform.
social media.
The social media, not
It was never on
social
social
media
not
No
like
way,
this.
no.
If
You could
play
do
a
anything
tune
on Twitter
your
or anything
social
like
media, on your story,
Yeah.
it can get flagged.
What is in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
And
That's
it happened.
stupid.
Like so when it was even out for Chennai's birthday, pre-COVID, obviously, and we went. I can't remember Shoreditch. One of my stories got copyrighted, and I was like, "Mad, that's bare dumb." So, as imagine as an artist,
as a
your
DJ.
tune will never gonna be. No one's ever gonna see a video of your tune popping because you just want to be greedy, fam.
Well, is it technically you or is it your distributors or your record label?
Well, you need to have that conversation, fam.
You could white flag it, but then you could never. Then if you white flag it, essentially, from what Blade told me, you can't white flag it on certain platforms. So if you white flag it, that means you're white flagging it across the board. That means someone could just take your tune and upload it, and it won't get any alerts.
You heard about the Metallica Twitch thing, right?
No.
Okay, so Metallica, obviously one of the first bands to start talking about music copyright with like Napster and stuff, right? They were the people against the whole piracy kind of thing and everything. They were playing a live set on Twitch, right? And then Twitch copyright struck Metallica playing their own song in the middle of it, and then they put on like some other next music in the background and stuff.
So,
Like this is how ridiculous like the whole thing
Yeah, but
is,
then
right?
do you know how stupid this is?
That's
I
what
know.
happens,
I mean,
though.
like this is Metallica playing their own song,
But they don't know that.
live at BlizzCon, which is one of the biggest like gaming events in like North America and everything. And then they copyrighted the band playing their own song because again, people aren't in charge of this thing. It's all robots and AI.
Yeah,
and shit.
now that's what happens when you give it to the machine. Yeah, the
Yeah.
machine don't know.
You know, it's
It
fully
just
hit
said,
them.
you just told the machine, if you hear this, lock it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It don't even matter if the singer's singing it anymore. It's locking it off.
And this is
Yeah.
my
The
problem.
guy
I think
from-
it gets too much.
What was it?
Mm.
A manga artist from Dragon Ball Z.
Mm,
His artwork on his Instagram got flagged.
really.
Copyright strike. It's
Fuck.
his art.
It's
It's
actually
my
bad.
art. I'm the one who drew Goku.
It's like fully bad.
What do you mean?
Toriyama works is now copyright strike. Toriyama, it's like that's bad.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb.
But yeah, copywriting and stuff is weird. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like we might be going again. You guys are saying that the companies are too greedy. I definitely agree with that and everything. I think this stuff being flagged and everything is like super stupid because it's not being
Yeah, because
stolen.
it's got to
If
the
anything,
point-
it's free publicity.
They're
Really,
that's
when
what I'm
you
trying to.
think
They're
about
now
it, right?
stopping free publicity because they want to make coins of the publicity. No,
Because
most
they're having
people discover
unique
artists
rights to
through
the
stories in the clubs or like I found a song through somebody that's
so much
DJing
so.
on
Fam,
Instagram.
I mean, that's been like one of the main reasons that so many people have like blown up because of TikTok.
Yeah,
right?
and now they put it on TikTok now.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't play, you can't do random TikToks because it's being flagged for copyright. It's like, bro, they want the coin from every single avenue,
Yep.
and I feel like it goes.
Mm.
It's
It's
less-
counterproductive.
It's counterproductive. Yeah,
This
it's
is
stupid.
why I would always be independent.
No, but this is the problem,
Like,
right?
this is legitimately why I would always just be independent.
No, because then signing comes with its benefits.
Nah,
though.
man. No, I'm sure it does, yeah. But like, I would just be independent.
But if you don't have the money, independent is a very
you don't
pricey.
even-
It is an
the thing is,
expensive
if I-
vocation.
There's levels to independence in it because
Yeah.
you can be independent in terms you have no financial machine funneling you music for your projects and giving you studios
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But
Distribution,
yeah, when it comes to
advertising,
distribution and advertising now,
you're legal.
are you gonna
You're touring.
distribute every shopping? Are you gonna go through all of that? Are you just gonna get a company?
If I could,
that does it
if
for
I
you?
could set it all up, in-house thing, you get me? Then I'll do that.
It'll be expensive.
You could.
It comes with a
Because
colossal
the thing
cost.
That means you would have to create your own label.
Because the thing is, yeah,
Effectively, yeah. And then you're going to
Yeah,
be signing
effectively.
people and doing the same thing
No,
to
but
other
the thing is,
people,
yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
the way that I
And now
see
you're going to be the copy strike bastard.
Exactly.
You're gonna you want to protect your
Nah, but
investments.
I wouldn't. Nah, but the thing is, yeah, look,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. My thing would never be super big anyway, innit?
I mean, yeah, maybe
Like,
because you're
what's that
disputing.
mean?
You're doing
Like-
all the handwritten labels on all of
Yeah.
your CDs and stuff.
But at least I know if something super bangs,
Yeah.
I don't have to go through like bare long conversations to just allow people to play it in the, like in their stories and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Until
care
someone
about that
offers
shit.
you the bag, bro. Stop it.
Boy, killed it.
No,
Don't
he's
say no,
100%
yeah,
right
it's
on
so
that.
true.
That's
He's
right.
100%
Offers
true.
you that
If somebody
bag.
offers you the
Literally, when
bag,
someone
everything-
offers you
I'm
the
not
bag,
saying.
all of these things go out the window sometimes.
I'm not saying
100%.
that it's a bad thing to sign or anything like that. I'm not saying that.
Mm.
I'm just saying if it was me, I'd always be independent.
Well, there's a benefit
And
and,
these are my
obviously
reasons
pros and cons to both situations. If you've got a big machine that's helping you in terms of your legal distribution, tours, all of that stuff, but you lose that. Well, I mean, like, look at Kanye, fam. If you lose your mind to it,
Well,
then
maybe
it's bad,
you-
fam.
Hey, you went back
You
and
got
became
some-
a billionaire, so
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean. The
think
bounce
about
back
it,
was
man.
deep, fam.
The bounce back was level still.
That guy got determination.
I don't dispute any. I don't dispute any of that, right?
Still.
But
But
obviously,
to go back to the original point,
he got as big as he did because he had the backing, right?
you know, I hear that.
That's an important factor of becoming like as big as these individuals in it.
So you don't. So that's another thing, yeah. You don't always have to be signed, do you don't always have to be contracted to someone. You can be contracted with someone for 3 years because it benefits you for those 3 years.
Yeah, it's not the
And then once yeah, exactly.
But they owed
it's only
those. But they will owe those tracks.
for the 3 years.
But no, but you won't owe those. I swear they keep the
Masters.
masters.
No, it depends if you sold them your
Depends-
masters.
it
Yeah.
depends on it depends on the contract, to be
Yeah.
honest. But overall,
I mean, a contract
if
that's giving you the
if
bag.
you knew
They're
that
gonna
for
take
3
your
years,
masters.
yeah, alright, cool. This is if even if they will throw away, you know, when you just need something to just put you on the next step, and you was like, you know what, I've got these tunes. Yeah, blah blah blah. Do the deal. Now you got enough peace to go and do what you really need to do.
Mm.
And sometimes it's calculated
Nice.
losses,
Yeah.
and it's not really a loss. It's just a victory you didn't win
Immediately.
all the way of. You know what I mean? You just have to share your victory a bit.
compromise.
It just depends how you use your.
Then again, you got some people like, remember Michael Jackson said that Sony was the devil. Like, he fought tooth and nail for his masters and shit, man, and he felt like, boy, I'm just getting fucked and
He did
fucked
that.
and fucked.
Yes,
over by
I swear he
Sony.
bought the whole thing.
No, you're thinking the Beatles catalog.
No, man, I swear he's.
Wait, he bought his own
I don't
masters?
think Michael Jackson owned his masters.
Michael Jackson owned his masters.
Really?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
pretty sure he at one point was had the biggest share portion in Sony as well.
Yeah,
Did
was,
he?
he was getting paid from bare people's tunes. Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I remember he had that. I remember he had
I
like a
know that.
large musical
He
catalog.
was
He was
absolutely on
balling
his
when it came to
thing,
that
bro.
stuff. Had the Beatles catalog for Christ's sake, right?
He
But
was
like,
the king of music, fam.
yeah, he was another individual who
Fam,
thought like
he was
he's
bonkers.
king of
No,
pop.
when he in 2016,
It's to
Sony
go to the estate.
Sony acquired the Jackson estate.
In when?
2016.
2016.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right, they cashed out and then
and it was worth
they
sorry
started developing the PS5.
I'm pretty sure it was mad.
valued around $750 million.
Not surprised. That sounds undervalued, to be honest.
See?
Boy,
That's
Sounds
probably that's a
undervalued.
settlement. You know
See,
when
I
you
told
Yeah,
fam.
yeah,
fully.
Sometimes the offer comes, fam.
See, this is why they took him out.
No,
I'm not going into that one, but that's why they took him out.
I'm not entertaining this stuff.
Taylor Swift's masters costs
Please.
is
I'm not
up there as
surprised.
well.
I'm not surprised.
What about Beyonce?
I don't know.
I just remember
But wasn't
I
her
just remember-
dad? Her dad's a manager of record
he's a
thing.
record producer or
Yeah.
record label exec.
So,
I remember there was a
like,
Taylor
yeah, he
Swift one.
probably-
Before we go to next, I know there was a Taylor Swift. She was angry
Mm.
because somebody just sold her masters to someone else without her permission.
Yeah,
So
I
she
would be
didn't own
upset.
it. But imagine somebody just found out, Rod, this man
Yeah,
just bought my masters, but you didn't allow me to have the
Have a say.
conversation if I want to buy back my
Yeah.
masters. You just sold it.
But you're
to
not gonna
someone
pay
else.
what they're paying.
They would. Kanye West was willing to pay like 500 million for his masters.
Yeah, easily.
Or something stupid like that.
Because you got to remember, like, that's not only is that like wealth, then that's generational wealth,
Generational, innit?
fam.
When you hear them power
if I
tunes
can
in the
buy
in the
my
tier
eternal
advert,
wealth,
that goes to you, fam.
Fam.
I'm gonna buy my eternal wealth, fam.
Exactly, fam.
Fam, I got
Can
the
you
beans.
imagine,
I got the
fam?
beans in Jack and the what is it?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah,
Jack and the
golden
beanstalk.
goose.
Wow. I got the golden goose.
Do you remember when Pharrell put that record in the middle of the ground and said we're going to open up in like 2050?
You throw that
Oh,
stupid shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I do remember
That
that.
time capsule
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
fam.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking like, what happens if he doesn't bang like that in the future? And people dig it up, and it's just like.
It probably wouldn't.
Like, fam, I want no, even worse, right? Imagine like people like for
No, he
100
will.
years, fam.
He
He's
will.
gonna bang.
Do you know why?
That's gonna be better than happy, yeah.
Because people always humans have a love of we have a thing about clinging to a certain era of the world. innit?
Nostalgia.
Yeah, like the nostalgia is mad. Like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
the hippie phase, people cling to it to the point now we got hipsters and they're basically
yeah.
Didn't
Reliving the
hippies.
trend, right?
like the you know what I mean. So eventually, the people that are gonna be like all these our level of music,
Yeah, yeah.
they're gonna come back and it's gonna be like, nah, man, you don't even understand what
How
they
they
were doing
even-
in the 2000s.
Yeah.
No, fully.
Gonna be
Do you
so
ever think
gassed.
though that like I mean, understandably,
This is what
ooh,
my
sorry.
granddad
I
was
think
listening to. Man.
Understandably, right? Somebody like Michael Jackson, personally for me, timeless. I think that Michael Jackson will still be banged out in like
Yeah,
200 years time, right?
100%.
Times.
Now, like, here's the thing though. Like, is it that I feel like that because I had the benefit of growing up and listening to his music? Because Elvis don't bang like that for me. Like Elvis, like obviously there's some Elvis songs that you kind of think
don't-
anything.
but you know,
That's because your family settings are set differently.
But you know who does bang?
What Elvis?
Frank Sinatra.
You're not in the right family settings for you to really just vibes to Elvis and the norms.
Mm,
Like, think about it. Nino, do you play Michael Jackson at your house?
Yeah.
Did your children like Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
So
mm,
immediately, now his children are gonna be Michael Jackson fans.
yeah,
They're gonna go up and play Michael Jackson,
yeah,
and that means they're gonna probably play it around their children.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just gonna keep going.
Mm.
Like, it's just, that's how it works.
When's the
innit?
last time you went downstairs and your parents were playing? You ain't nothing but a hound
You
dog.
don't hear
never
that
felt.
from your parents because your parents listen to that type of music.
But that's the thing, though. He was the biggest thing of the era, then, right? So by the same
Yeah, but
reasoning.
What to who? Well, not to my family.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
No,
to
no,
say.
that's,
that's what
there
I'm
are black
trying to
people like
say.
Elvis.
Ah,
Well,
that's
maybe
fine.
not as much as
I didn't say that there
Th-
wasn't. I
That's
didn't
true.
say that.
This is fair enough. This is fair enough.
I'm
I'm not going
just
to put
saying.
words in your mouth. I'm saying, right, this dude was the... And then you
King
think
of
about
rock
it,
and
right?
roll.
I guarantee you.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Everybody of them people that were listening to Elvis
Yeah,
were
yeah.
listening to Michael Jackson.
They're probably 100%.
Exactly.
Wait, I swear.
Yeah, you wasn't listening to one, not the other.
I got to be honest, like, I don't think there's anybody who
They-
hasn't
they-
heard
they-
Michael Jackson.
They went around the same time.
That's the point we're making.
Okay, cars back. Cars thinking.
Like,
Talking about people that.
When you think
Yeah, but
about
I
it in
was
terms
wondering
of
why-
fame and
Yeah, but I was
popularity
wondering-
for the period of
Yeah,
time, the
but,
only
like-
person you could think in the past
But
is like
but Elvis is like a double. Like that's like
And
my
movies.
grandparents.
and movies as well.
Movies will never.
That's my grandparents
There you
era,
go.
innit?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's too far, innit?
What do you mean too far?
That's too far.
What?
That's too far.
I mean, people still listen to Beethoven. They don't bang Beethoven, but they listen to Beethoven, right?
I mean, in certain places, we could go out into certain raves and hear "You ain't nothing but a hound dog."
A remix
them-
of that? Boy, that'll come on. People start boogieing.
Yeah,
You
but
ain't
no,
nothing
you
but,
know.
you ain't nothing but, you ain't nothing but, you ain't nothing but.
That would be sick. Don't even lie. Don't even lie.
See, man, has zoned into some Elvis
Hey,
Presley.
The whole club is gone.
Gotta remix that now.
I've been in the club, a man played Lion King in it, so I'm not surprised.
Fam, fully.
I've been in the dance and I heard, and bro, there was man there shocking
Oh
out.
my goodness,
There was
fam.
man shocking out.
Fam.
So-
No, I don't know what raves you go to, bro.
This was in Oceana, Watford.
Fam, don't even act like
That's
you
not
ain't
even
ever
open
happened, fam.
anymore, us.
Yeah.
Of course
Don't even act like it never
Say
happened.
But-
you've never heard Lion King in the rave.
Bro, man, I'm not shocking
probably heard
out
it in
to
Portsmouth.
Lion King.
I think you probably
Nah,
have heard it in
Portsmouth was bad, yeah, but ain't no damn Lion King.
Bro.
No, no,
bro.
Lion King
Probably in-
OST
probably-
coming on in the rave.
Probably in a
bro.
club like Fuzzy Duck and them things there.
Fuzzy duck, fam.
Bro, I've been in Fuzzy Duck and them man don't even play it there.
You was just weren't there that night.
They play
fam.
Barbie Girl. They're playing Barbie Girl. They're playing.
You know, but Barbie Girl is like that's them man's tune, innit? You get me? That's them man's tune, innit?
So dumb.
Like Lion King OST is not no man's tune. Like it's no man's tune.
What are you talking about? You
Of course
telling
it
me
is.
you wouldn't do a? You
No,
telling
no,
me
it's
you
no
wouldn't do a
man's tune.
two-step?
AFC.
You wouldn't do a two-step to I Just Can't Wait to Be King remix,
going
yeah?
ham. If
Nah,
you put
fam,
that
you're
on
dead,
there in
fam.
certain settings, yeah, man will get touched in their spirits, fam.
Fam,
I beg, if I ever see man shocking out here to Lion King OST in the rave, I'm leaving.
are you dumb?
I'm leaving. I promise you, I will
First
leave.
of all,
I promise
first
you,
of
I
all,
will leave.
Are you gonna lie and say it's not one of the most banging Disney OSTs?
Bro, it is an amazing OST.
Thank you. That's
But
all
you
that
don't-
needs to be said.
you
Thank
don't
you.
put it in a
No,
rave,
no,
bro.
no.
You don't
You can
shock
rest
out.
now. The witness can rest.
you
We're
like-
done
I
here,
see,
fam.
if you were on a wave, yeah.
Or on a way.
Yeah. He's doing that Rich Hook skank.
Yeah, exactly.
That
yeah.
one there. Where
Nah,
you
you can't even lie to
He'll be the
me.
most guest.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
even
I know you
lie
would.
to me, fam.
Oh, you know,
Yeah, I know you would.
Fam,
No,
and
you
the
wouldn't.
remix?
Give it. Do it like
Actually,
6 months from now, so you forget.
Actually,
You
Yeah,
ran
yeah.
up the troops.
Actually,
You would actually.
actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll give you a real life example, bro.
Okay.
I actually went into Fuzzy Duck. Yeah,
Okay.
let me give it more context. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
It took me a while to go into Fuzzy Duck in there. Cause I instantly saw the crowd that were in there. I was like, no, that's dead. Isn't it? No, that's super dead. And then, man, you could hear a bit of the tunes from outside, and it was like, no, that's dead. No, that's dead. But one time I was out in it, yeah, bro, they suckered me in. You know, they was playing a banger in it. And I was like, oh, swear down. So I go in, yeah, cool vibes in. Out of nowhere. Huh? Wait, is that the Pokemon theme tune? By the way, bro, I was gone.
Way.
By the way, I was
How'd you
gone.
even- How'd you even dance?
By the way, I left.
Are you
immediately.
joking? Bro.
Bro, I
That's
don't
got
want to
really-
be in the rave trying
So-
to catch a gal and man's hearing
Two things.
Pokemon.
Two things.
Pokemon.
Two things.
Nah, killed
Two
it.
things. One, do you know all the words to the song?
Of course I do. But
Okay.
but don't-
Is it a dead song if you know all the words to
Oh,
it?
bro, by the way, stop this.
It's not. Second
There's
thing.
tunes that you
Not
can
only
listen
did
to,
you know all the words
and there's
to
tunes
it,
that you rave to, bro.
everybody in the rave knew all the words to it. And I can only promise you, the pop-off must have been mad, fam.
When you hear that guitar solo at the start, when you hear that guitar solo, bro.
The pop-off, everybody knows the words to it.
Go on.
I'm with the Q.
No,
It's
I
like,
wouldn't.
you know
I
what?
would be annoyed.
There
I'll
was a
stop.
time. There was a time
God.
when we used to hit the Fresh
No
Prince of Bel-Air
way.
theme come
I'm
on,
with the QM.
and it was the same thing.
Yeah, the
It's
Fresh
one of
Prince of
those
Bel-Air.
things- Show
The
tunes.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air still gets put in raves to this
Yeah,
day.
and that's
Exactly,
dead, and
fam.
that's dead,
Because
that's
everyone
dead.
knows the words
And I
to
don't
it.
It's a
like
bit
it.
And the
coolish.
pop-up.
I
I
don't
mean,
like
I ain't gonna lie.
Pokemon.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, come on.
I ain't gonna lie.
What would you say?
Bro, I tell you what.
I would, fam. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why they play songs like that, right, is because that's the big bridge gap between you and gal at club that you don't know.
No, I don't need
because
that. I don't need
I know
that.
you don't,
Game.
but there are certain men in
No,
there who do. That's not like this ain't about you, fam.
If
This
you
about
need
this
a
is
DJ to
this is
Pokemon,
the 1-2 guys
you
in
will
there,
get
right?
it. Fam, you shouldn't be in the rave. I don't understand.
Wait, say again? What?
If you need a DJ to move Pokemon so you can draw a gang, you shouldn't
Fam.
be in the rave.
Fam.
You need to go
Who
watch
is the
YouTube
artist of
videos.
Pokemon?
I don't know what you need to
Who's
do.
the artist for
That is
Pokemon.
not
I got
Should've
no
been a
clue.
rave
Fam,
still.
that
Bro,
is
man
not
all
what's gonna-
playing R. Kelly
No.
bump and grind, yeah. And
Nah, bro.
Man are saying we
Remixed
gal on
it.
Pokemon feature.
Fam, remix it. Listen, man. Listen.
You don't want to be bumping and
Right,
grinding
hey.
to no Kelly.
Yeah, I gotta be honest.
Season
man.
1, eh?
Season 1, eh? 150 Pokemon.
Hey, what starter would you take?
Oh my
Whoa.
goodness.
Nah,
But look, this is the fact of the matter is, right? You know, and not only that, but you know that you don't have to ID. You don't need to ID her if she knows the Pokemon theme song. That's the second thing I'm gonna say. If she remembers that theme song, then boy.
I mean, I hope I don't have to ID anybody in the rave because that's their job.
Big fact.
Man's bumping and grinding to R. Kelly and not looking at IDs, fam. It's getting
No, but on his
fam.
on his
I'm big in the
defense
fist.
is
Yeah,
that
in
if I
your
go
defense.
into an 18 plus rave,
Yeah.
I shouldn't think I have to ask for. But you know what? We're not getting into that.
Yeah,